Okay. Yeah, I don't like wasting any time here in these editing streams, right? 15 minutes after I scheduled it. It's all good. There we go. I'm Crafty Andy. Make sure I'm not accidentally going to broadcast any porn. We want to do that now. Hello, Tucker. Hi. How are you? Are you a dog? You're a dog. Are you here to encourage me? Great, I need a desktop version, please. I'll just test this out. That works. Oh God, so where the hell do I download this shit? Come on. Okay. Anyways. Oh, hi. Oh, hello. Do I need to plug in my camera? No, it does not. Uh-oh. There we go. Alright. So we got in display here. I am Crafty Andy. This is Crafty Arts right now. That's the main channel. Also, Weird Zors is the other channel. It's pretty laid back when it comes to just working on things and live streaming and whatever. While I do that and doing research. Captures. Oh my god. Yay, okay, I'm in business now. Sweet. Alright, continue our little thing on Magic the Gathering being a scam. It's gonna be so glorious when I do a serious video on this channel. I'm gonna get a bunch of clips together from like past Anthrocons though first. It's always weird when people respond to comments I made 5 years ago. Anywho. Alright, well, see, I don't like to keep the editing of stuff up here. I like to have the viewing screen be the... Nope, not the Cintiq. There we go. Oh, yeah, I probably should do a sound test. Let's do a quick sound test. Make sure I'm not too quiet and too loud music. Let's do a quick sound test. Make sure I'm not too quiet and too loud music. Nope, sounds good. It's gonna be blown up a bit. I like also having this low lighting situation. Low lighting situation. That word's been ruined for me. Whoa. Yeah, looks good. There we go, that's good enough. Almost like a silhouette. Anywho. It's pillage for God.
My name is Sharky and I'm part of the crew. I've got a pirate rap just for you. We're sailing these seas to let you know it's not always cool to go with the flow. Ha ha ha. But
It's the whitest thing we've seen.
hoist the sails, it's time to cruise. Sail with Jesus and you'll never lose. Ha ha ha.
Sharky, did you ever ride a hook?
Are you trying to threaten me?
I sure am.
Look at all these cute girls.
Is this that Candle Cove I keep hearing about? It certainly is as creepy as it was made out to be. I always know I'm going to be watching quality content when I see rapping puppets. Yeah, it's funny with like rock music and other types of music. Even when it's just completely shallow and vapid, you can get a pretty decent beat once in a while. Like, oh man, this song actually sounds pretty good, even though it's like garbage in terms of lyrics. You can never do that with rap. I think because with rap, it's all about the lyrics at that point. It's all about the flow and the rhyming. There's never a shitty, cheesy kids rap song that could ever be like taken like, oh yeah, that sounded really dope. Hey, Dalen. Right, where are we on this?
If you have any negative experiences or involving Warhammer, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, comic books, video games, and all their business practices, please tell me about it. I'd be more than happy to read some comments on that. As I finish writing my thoughts on Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering, I would be amiss to not include the recent news of leaked documents from Wizards of the Coast. I'm just giving the basics for sake of time and the fact other people have already gone further in depth that I'll link in the description down below. So before getting into how I see Wizards of the Coast...
Oh man, yeah, so did mine. My grandpa at one point was buying DVD recorders, and this is before my second grandma passed away, and he would buy a DVD recorder, can't figure it out. I would come over there, show him how it's done. He'd like slip me $5. I was like a kid, of course, like a teenager. And then he would take that DVD recorder back and get another one. Almost like a week later, it became a routine. And then yeah, after Grandma died, it was not too long before he started like losing it. He was constantly feeding the neighbor's dog treats despite their protest. And things came to a pass when he passed out at the wheel of his car and drove through the garage into the neighbor's yard. This is a tightly packed suburban area in Detroit, in the, well, Grosse Pointe area. Drove through the garage, right into the neighbor's backyard. He was fine, but at that point, it was getting to the point. It was coming to a pass that that the family needed to make a decision. Like, okay, it's time for assisted living. At one point, he forgot who my mom was. For like, I remember when I was in the car driving, and he kept referring to like, "Who's that girl? Who's that girl back there at the house?" And my mom's sisters, my aunts, were in the car, constantly correcting him. That was Anita, your daughter. That was Anita. So yeah. This is a sad state. Yeah, it's a sad state at that point. Not going to tell anyone what to do with their own relatives, and I'm definitely not going to advocate for my own. It's going to be up to my own parents to make their own decision on this. But for me, yeah, I believe I'm an advocate for dying with dignity. Unless I'm funny. If I'm like really funny when I get dementia or Alzheimer's or when it comes to that, then you know. That's okay. If I'm just a sad sap, bringing everybody down and being irate, then yeah, just let me go out in peace. Just let me go. Yeah, they're going to a retirement home. For some reason, he thinks my brother is a criminal, so I went to go visit him, and he remembers me. So the doctor said the only thing that he will remember will be my grandma and me. Work at the same department he was a cop at. Yeah. That's right, it all runs in the family.
However, Critical Role or Pathfinder will have to agree to this or not be allowed to continue their operations. Can't say Dungeons & Dragons is a scam, but Wizards of the Coast has definitely made it a trap. And the contract at first claims that this will only be 25% of vendors making over $750,000 a year, and 20% of Kickstarter campaigns. However, like most contracts from every company we blindly sign, it states they can revoke this open license whenever they want and make changes anytime they want. Really, if you ask me, D&D content is dead. Make your own shit and just tweak it enough that it has nothing to do with the license. If you want more details in regard to specific topic, I linked the videos down below. If you want more details in regard to this specific topic, I linked the videos down below from D&D Shorts. I know as of editing this, they have since walked back on their changes. However, it doesn't matter. Don't forget that they tried in the first place. Corporations are never your friend, especially the ones that say they are. Next time, they'll probably do it again, only in increments. Things that are not as noticeable. Now let's get into why tabletop gaming is a scam people would likely be better off dropping altogether. If you have fun playing Warhammer, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, fine. No one can take that away from you. If you make a living playing competitive, take that away from you.
I'll leave those up a little bit longer. It's funny to me, all these people burning their shit. I knew I'd be able to find it. I was surprised with the Warhammer stuff, though, because that shit's really expensive. My interest in that came and went like the wind. Because it's so ungodly expensive. Even for a hobbyist who just wants to paint. Yeah, give me some like ogres, right? $38 for a little tiny 1-incher. Now, because and when I turn 20, I will go to the academy. Claire is going to graduate high school soon, and she does not want to go to college. Making and selling her art. You know, if she can go into like a community college, I might be able to put her on the road to like increase her art skill. Community college is something that's a little more affordable, and you can take it at your own pace. Because I would say, I learned because a lot of times too with community colleges, they actually have people who work in the industry actively that teach there. And that's how I learned a lot from my teacher, who was actually in the process of doing a movie. In fact, why not just bring it up here? He did a little Kickstarter to promote it. That went through within one day. Oh wait, Skull's here. I appreciate the fact that there's just people out there that are more creative than Disney is with hundreds of millions of dollars, and here's a guy with, I don't know what his budget was, but it definitely wasn't up there with Disney, you know. I appreciate all the practical effects being used, but yeah, let's just go into it.
I can explain everything.
Yeah, you and your stupid Radiohead robot.
Hey, I like to recycle.
Aladdin 3477. I love the palace just floating up there like it's oh man, I can't remember his name. Kami's palace or whatever from Dragon Ball Z. Whoa, man. That's a little too distorted. I need subtitles for this. I don't think the life of the princess in any way would be romantic. I don't know, something wrong with her voice box. Someone needs to fix her voice box. Sometimes. Color me interested. Making an income off it. She doesn't even have her driver's license, though she is in the process of getting it. Good. But yeah, we do live in a country where it's required to drive pretty much anywhere. I would never wish public transport on anyone. I've done it. Crazy shit happens. I can go over some stories, but I remember one time there was almost a fight on the bus I was on one night. Guy steps in, driver's got his head forward because he's looking at the road. Guy says something to him that's almost inaudible, and he doesn't get a response, so he's like, oh, I see how it is. I see how it is. You're just gonna disrespect me like that and not say hi to me? And then the driver turns and says, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You know I was talking to you. And another guy number 3 chimes in. Oh man, you know, you need to lay off the green bar. You need to lay off the green bar, man. The driver says, you know, how about this? How about I just take you where you need to go and let you off? Yeah, that's fine, but I don't have to respect you or anything. It's like, that's fine. I'm going to take you where you want to go and drop you off. What is the green bar? Urban Dictionary. Yeah, I never did find that out. I just figured it was weed. You lay off the green bar. I said you should probably smoke the green bar. You probably have a better attitude. I couldn't draw on the bus because people would always bother me. So even when I was like sketching, people were like, "Oh, what are you drawing there? Oh, that's nice. Can you draw me Mickey Mouse? Can you draw Mickey Mouse?" Like, yeah, let me just stop what I'm doing that I'm interested in and just draw what you want to do. Should have just been like, "You gonna pay me?" But no, you don't want to be copping much of an attitude with people on the bus that you're trapped with. Also, the other problem with the bus is that a 15-minute trip in a car takes 2 hours. So I would have to get to the bus and catch the bus that arrives around 12:30 to reach my destination in time for work, which started at 3. Even though it was like a 10-minute, 15-minute drive with a car, because the bus has to stop at every little stop. You know, that's not the bus driver's fault. It's he's got a route to follow, and people can only walk so far conveniently. Yeah. Yeah, if that guy was smoking the green bar, he would have been probably a little bit better, not be so ready to fight the driver, who clearly was not paying attention to him. Oh yeah, the rest of this trailer.
Oh, sure. Regal monarchs and maharajas handpicked by my father. My life is brimming with romance. Oh, sure. Regal monarchs and maharajas handpicked by my father. My life is brimming with romance.
Yeah, I like the montage of suiting up the princess.
We're better than this, Fiji. We belong up there.
So that's what I appreciate here, the costuming and everything like that. Use your special effects when you need to.
You must throw me the lamp at once!
Lots of people getting thrown around.
No one asked you.
Oh, sewer level. Love it. Let's do it. Almost 1 million views on this, man. Yeah, you get that going. Keep it going, man. What have we got here?
Were smashed, and a police cruiser was also.
Spokane woman charged with domestic terrorism. Ooh.
Years ago, a Spokane woman arrested during a protest that was turning violent in downtown Atlanta appeared in a.
Oh yeah, is this related to the Cop City where they're gonna take $12 million? It's better off improving the town and city and build a Cop City, demolish a bunch of forests that serves as a barrier for the black people that live around there, so they don't get flooded out. We'll get into that in a bit.
A 22-year-old woman, along with 5 other protesters, now face charges of domestic terrorism for their part in that protest. We want to go straight to Crim 2's Mark Hanrahan now, who's been tracking this developing story for us tonight. Mark, what do we know about these arrests so far?
I'm going to bring it up here.
This is what the streets of downtown Atlanta looked like on Saturday night after a protest over the death of an environmental activist turned violent. Masked activists.
Oh yeah, because they murdered him.
Threw rocks and lit fireworks in front of a skyscraper that houses the Atlanta Police Foundation.
Oh yeah, Rational National.
A police cruiser was also set on fire. Video shows 22-year-old Madeline Fiola from Spokane being taken into custody by police. We'll see it here. In addition to the domestic violence charges, she is facing first-degree arson, second-degree criminal damage, and interference with government.
Is it Humanist Report? Rational National. No, it is Humanist Report.
Including Fiola appeared in court this afternoon. Just 2 of the people arrested were granted bond today. The 4 others, including Fiola, have been held without bond because the judge said they posed a flight risk. In reaction to these arrests, the mayor of Atlanta says most people at that protest were peaceful.
They had a protest last night, and it was peaceful, but there were some individuals.
I'm sorry to say, I know there's only so much I can say because this is a a YouTube platform and everything, but some things need to be dealt with when it comes to this sort of thing. The people in the town did not want this, and this is the result when you don't listen to the fucking people that elect you and shit. I'm looking for the thing about the activists got murdered.
That meant violence. They had explosives. They burned down a police car. They broke windows at businesses.
I wonder why.
Our police department, along with our state and federal partners, took swift action within 2 blocks and brought that situation under control.
According to reports from the AP and CBS, Saturday night's protest followed the death of a local activist who went by the name Tortuguita, who was shot and killed by a Georgia state trooper as law enforcement tried to clear protesters from the side of a planned public safety training center. Authorities say the trooper fired in self-defense, but activists questioned that account. We have been looking into Fiola's connection to Spokane. It appears someone by that same name graduated from Lewis and Clark High School in 2018, and after that, it appears from social media she went to college in Ohio, then appears to have moved to Portland. This continues to be a developing story that we are looking into. We'll have the very latest on Crem.com. Whitney.
Let's see. I think it was Rational National.
I want to talk about a story that is truly at the intersection of so many issues. Environmentalism, indigenous people's rights, police militarization, and the over-policing of majority black cities, the American police state, so on and so forth. That story is Cop City. Now, fortunately, people are finally starting to pay attention to Cop City, but the heightened awareness of Cop City comes at the expense of one activist's life. Manuel Terran, who is a 26-year-old queer Afro-Venezuelan forest defender who was killed by police on January 18th following a deadly raid on Cop City. Now, in order to understand why Manuel was caught in the crossfire in the first place, we need to understand what Cop City is and why these activists were opposing it so vehemently. Kendall Glenn of Decaturus explains, Cop City is an 85-acre police/fire training facility located in DeKalb County's South River Forest. The location has historically been the old Atlanta prison.
You know what I'd love to do? My dream right now, at this very moment, that just popped into my brain. Just get a bunch of furries and fursuits and do a protest on one of these things. I would love to see how that plays out. I mean, granted, all those suits are very expensive and everything, and they wouldn't want cops tear gassing them and spraying them with pepper spray, but god damn it. It'd certainly be impressive to see all these animal costumes just lining up. It's standing up against cops with shields and helmets and guns. I don't know if it would bring more positive attention to whatever protest is going on, or it would hinder it. I don't know. I don't care. It would just be amazing to see. Yeah, don't break anything, don't hurt nobody. Yeah, yeah. It'd be pretty hard to hurt someone when you're dressed up as a 6-foot-tall weasel. That way there could be no argument of whether or not a person was a threat or not. Because he's in a giant costume. He can't even hold a gun, let alone use one with those paws on. They wouldn't be able to hold the signs either. It would be kind of hard to do that. You have to have really big planks of wood holding up. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of pictures I need to upload and download. Alright. Warhammer, comic books. Oh my god. Comics, more comics, more comics. Let's see, where's all my raptors? All the raptors that are on my monitor. There they are. I think this is a good shot. Oh yeah, keep going.
Farm site and a police shooting range. Former Atlanta Mayor Keely Benn's facility located in DeKalb County's South River Forest. The location has historically been the old Atlanta prison farm site and a police shooting range. Former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms announced the plan to turn the location into a state-of-the-art training facility in April of 2021. The project will cost approximately $90 million.
Oh, $90 million.
The area will feature a burn tower, space for high-speed chases, a helicopter pad, a shooting range, and a mock village.
Why do you need a mock village? There is a Alex Jones movie. Well, there's a movie where Alex Jones was in it, where this exact thing actually happens in it, where a bunch of military guys are trained in like mock apartment buildings and villages and stuff that are designed like something you would see in most U.S. cities or whatever.
Yeah. Now, if that doesn't already sound positive...
90... Yeah, people can't afford as much food anymore. Social programs are being cut. Oh yeah, speaking of problems...
Relatively dystopian to you, well, destroying this forest is going to have catastrophic impacts on the community, because this forest is essentially a shield that protects them from anthropogenic climate change. In an article for the Atlanta Voice, Scott Roberts explains, clear-cutting the forest will have devastating effects on the environment, including worsened air quality and flooding in the predominantly black neighborhoods of southeast Atlanta. Furthermore, the Atlanta Police Department's current and future use of chemical weapons will poison the soil and the waters, endangering Atlantans' health. So, needless to say, clearing out this forest in order to create a massive military-like training facility for cops isn't just going to lead to more brutalization disproportionately of black and brown people, it's also taking away a shield that will defend them against climate change. And to add insult to injury, Cop City is being constructed on land that was stolen from indigenous people and then subsequently turned into a slave plantation. The land belonged to the Muskogee people, who referred to it as the Weelaunee Forest for generations. Beginning in the early 1820s, the Muskogee were forcibly displaced from the area through a series of treaties. The removal continued into the 30s. The land then became a plantation for the remainder of the 19th century and into the early 20th century. In 1911, the city of Atlanta purchased...
Oh yeah, that pretty much sums it up right there, really.
Forest and prevent even more brutalization of black and brown people by investigation by an impartial third party to figure out what really happened.
There you go.
Claimed was in Terrence's possession of the incident as well, since no other officer was close enough to capture the incident. Now, Georgia's...
And he didn't have my body cam on, too. Go figure, right? It should be immediate suspect whenever these people don't have a body cam where they turn it off. Oh, my body cam wasn't on. Oopsies.
Bureau of Investigation has released this photograph of a Smith & Wesson 9mm handgun that they claimed was in Terrence's possession at the time that he was killed, and ballistics experts confirmed that the bullets from this gun do in fact match the wound of the cop that was shot. But activists are disputing the cop's narrative and calling for an independent investigation by an impartial third party to figure out what really happened. And activists are rightfully skeptical of the cop's narrative because they've been caught lying to justify the use of deadly force against protesters in the past. For example, as Unicorn Riot reports, in June of 2022, Atlanta police officers were caught on radio traffic justifying the use of lethal force against protesters who used Molotov cocktails to defend themselves and the forest in the midst of a police raid. No forest defenders have been charged for use of Molotovs or incendiary devices. Quote, "I told you deadly force encounter," said one officer. "That's why I brought it up. As long as we're all on the same page, Molotov cocktails, a deadly force encounter. A deadly force encounter is a situation in which cops are legally allowed to shoot and kill." Yeah, so that right there is why activists are rightfully skeptical of the cops' narrative.
Yeah, and in another city, Iowa, they're going to restrict food stamp and SNAP benefits to not allow people to buy cheese, rice, or meat, and white bread. Right? Well, that only leaves vegetables. Yeah, essentially because they know that most people use SNAP benefits to buy like chicken, beef, things of that nature, and it's so. And these conservatives that are for it, of course, they know they can't just get rid of it. So instead, just like abortion, they're going to try to make it as hard as possible to use those benefits where it's not even effective at all. It's just all it does. It's like it's a snowball effect. It creates more desperate people who are eventually just going to be what, starving, and then what? You're going to get a bunch of cops that have to come down and arrest shoplifters who are just trying to steal food. I'm not saying you're just supposed to let them steal shit out of the grocery store, but you should be looking at the underlying factors of what's causing and inspiring and driving people to do that sort of thing. People don't just steal food because it's fun. They don't steal food for the lulz. I've certainly had my moments years ago at my poorest where I was just like, whoopsies, I didn't scan that meat that we need to eat tonight. Whoopsies. Because I only have like $10 in my bank account. That never happened. I can't relate to that at all. Yeah, is it wrong? Yes. Should people technically be punished for it? Yes. At the same time, but it doesn't help if there's no effort to correct the problem. I mean, there's a reason why they're called correction facilities if you actually go to one. It's to reform you, not just to punish you. It shouldn't, at least that's the idea. But of course, it focuses mostly on punishment. Puts you in a system. Puts you with a bunch of other people who are worse than you, likely, that just turns you into a hardened criminal by the time you come out. And then wonder why the recidivism rate is so high in prisons.
And have a whole bunch of random figures, stuffies, and 10 raptors hanging.
Oh yeah, I gotta take some pictures real quick here. I'll take some pictures of my wall. this little thing here. And not just save it. All right.
About Taryn.
Human pinata for those. He was a human pinata for those police officers. It was an unadulterated, unabashed, nonstop beating of this young boy for 3 minutes.
Oh my God.
Charged with second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and kidnapping, according to Shelby County Jail booking information. After viewing body camera video of the arrest on Monday,
yeah, it's pretty serious when you get the body camera and then they're arrested
lawyers
for
for
that.
Nichols' family said he was kicked, punched, and tasered less than 100 yards from his home. A police spokesperson said officers pulled Nichols over for alleged reckless driving, and Nichols fled on foot before he was ultimately arrested. Now,
that was an unmarked vehicle or something along those lines. But anyways, let's get more back into how Warhammer is a big scam.
Vermintide 1 and 2,
video games.
Dark Tide, and have a whole bunch of random figures, stuff.
Right, let's get this here.
If you have any negative
Figures and
experiences
stuffies
involving Warhammer, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, comic books, video games, and all their business practices, please tell me about it. I'd be more than happy to read some comments on that. As I finish writing my thoughts on Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering, I would be amiss to not include the recent news of leaked documents from Wizards of the Coast. I'm just giving the basics for sake of time and the fact other people have already gone further in depth that I'll link in the description down below. So before getting into how I see Wizards of the Coast, Magic the Gathering, and Games Workshop Warhammer as a scamming money pit, Wizards of the Coast has been pressured by Hasbro to monetize their D&D property a little more. To do this, they came up with this insane new contract. Vendors and people who use D&D inspired games for content like Critical Role or Pathfinder will have to agree to this or not be allowed to continue their operations. Can't say Dungeons & Dragons is a scam, but Wizards of the Coast has definitely made it a trap. And the contract at first claims that this will only be 25% of vendors making over $750,000 a year, and 20% of Kickstarter campaigns. However, like most contracts from every company we blindly sign, it states they can revoke this open license whenever they want and make changes anytime they want. Really, if you ask me, D&D content is dead. Make your own shit and just tweak it enough.
Pretty much what he was a pinata. I would never hit someone for that long.
If you want more details in regard to this specific topic, I linked the videos down below from D&D Shorts. I know as of
oh, that's why I'm hearing audio. There we go. Bye-bye, freak.
24 hours, maybe 30-ish hours. I've been debating whether or not I should make a video on this situation. And of course, you're seeing this video, so it means that I made my mind up. It's number one, the fact that I've been talking about Minilab and EDP, and it will be pretty hypocritical not to talk about this situation. And with this YouTuber Cyrus,
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the fact that this wrestling game is so janky looking still. Aren't we in this has to be new, right? This couldn't have been out that long. Oh, the new EDP 445. Oh boy. Oh boy, we got another genius on our hands here.
he was only one bad day away.
I mean, that is the one benefit we can look at when it comes to EDP, is that he was dumb enough to get caught, thankfully. He didn't Epstein or Bill Cosby his way throughout his entire life and get away with it.
From meeting up with a 12-year-old. Cyrus was a YouTuber with almost 1.5 million subscribers.
Damn. Alright, I'm gonna look him up while this video goes.
Friend, we've talked
Color me
a few
interested.
times. I did a live stream with him and Diesel Patches about a year and a half ago. He got exposed 2 days ago for talking to minors and for being a really fucking creep. This guy Cyrus seems like a complete fucking weirdo, and I do feel bad for people like Optimus and other people who knew him. So let's just get right into this. A thread of snap messages Cyrus had with Cherry, the 12-year-old victim. Cyrus is P. I believe his avatar is like some girl. This is the girl who he was talking to. So Cyrus says,
whoa there, buddy.
I'm not done reading everything, but I do protection spells a really weird way. I know some people call upon the higher power to protect them and summon them and make offerings with certain flowers or certain scents or even artifacts. Personally, I do everything differently. Yeah, like talk to 12-year-olds. Oops, well, never mind, that's not here. So this is supposed to be him, and then we have what we think is a 12-13-year-old sending some explicit photos, and then Cyrus says, you really want to suck me so bad, that's so cute. What if I showed up and I kissed you? No, because I don't want to get my holes dominated and filled like someone. I want to pick you up and bully you for how small you are. I want to bully you, that'll be fun. Well, how about we bully Cyrus instead for being a fucking freak and a fucking loser? That should be pretty fun. And once again, he's talking to what, a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old girl, and this guy was like 18, 19, and even if you say it was sensitive, he's 17.
You know, up until the moment EDP went up to meet that girl, he could have just been like, yeah, this is all fake, this is hackery, this is hack. I'm not interested in that. But he's been caught so many times before that incident, and I don't want to get too far into it because it is one big story where they just fucked up and debacled and his arrest that should have happened. But oh boy.
He was talking to a 12-year-old. They're still both underage. Do you want to make the same logic for someone who's 17 talking?
Wait, how old is Cyrus? Are they both underage? That doesn't make it good. I'm just wondering.
Talking to a 9-year-old? I mean, they're both underage. Cyrus...
Go ahead, say that again.
19, and even if you to what, a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old.
Yeah, she's 12. No, dude. What?
Love you. Got a little bit of a problem.
What?
Love you.
How's that a problem then?
That's not the problem. It's my card.
What about it?
It's going to draw out $1,800 tomorrow, and I can't stop it.
For what?
That's the it's from the
Hold on.
From the printer. You're fine. It's from the printer. Fine.
One moment here. I'll be right back. Alright, dinner is ready for me. I'm not going to just sit here and eat in front of the camera, so I'm going to call it for now, get some more work done on this, and hopefully get this video done for Thursday. It's good to be back after some computer issues, but I'll cover all that too in an update video soon. Alright, good night. Thanks for coming too, by the way, Dylan. Glad to hear too that Claire is doing good, and it seems like you guys are set to move forward in the next stage of life. Hell yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? No, fuck that. I ain't gonna go. I ain't gonna go yet. You know what? Because I got distracted. Let's learn about this whole Cyrus thing. I'm curious now. This is some crazy shit.
That should be pretty fun. And once again, he you up and bully you for how small you are. I want to bully you. That'll be fun. Well, how about we bully Cyrus instead of being a fucking freak and a fucking loser? That should be pretty fun. And once again, he's talking to a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old girl, and this guy was like 18, 19. And even if you take
shit. Yeah, he's he's 18, 19. Okay, yeah. No, sir. Yeah, 16's one thing. Like the only time 16 and 19 is illegal is on Twitter. But when you go below that range, that's a no-no. That is a no-no. I just have to reflect. Like if I had kids, I want to be comfortable with my daughter, who's 12 years old, talking to a boy who's out of high school. Too much time, too much of a power dynamic there. Too much opportunity for that person to manipulate her, to doing things. that are detriment to her future. No siree. You want to talk to your boys your own age. Uh-oh, my browser crashed. Firefox does not want to let me see this. Right, there we go.
Talking to a 12-year-old, they're still both underage. Do you want to make the same logic for someone who's 17 talking to a 9-year-old? I mean, they're both underage. Cyrus is legitimately a pedophile. And then he says this. This is him abusing his power. And then you think, holy balls, this is horrible.
Yeah, every YouTuber that I know that has any kind of fame, they're not talking to people this way as their online persona. They have some other profile that's just a normal profile. And they're talking to people who have nothing to do with their channel, nothing to do with anything. And then hooking up that way. The closest that happened to me was this guy who claims to be 25, sending me a bunch of pictures that I didn't solicit for, or didn't ask for, of himself, and he was like talking about hooking up at a convention, and I'm like, no, I think I'd rather get to know you first, to get to know you a little bit better before we do anything like that, if at all. Follow me on streams. And he said like something along the lines of like, I wish I could find like, I wish I had a way of just like supporting you. I'm like, yeah, okay, you can become a patron. And he hasn't talked to me since. It's like, whatever. You know, it just doesn't feel right doing that, especially if he's just like hooking up with me because he's a fan of mine. It just does not seem like it's going to play out. So are we good, Ben?
Yeah, I know. I said that was.
Ben?
Yeah.
Are we good then? Or...
Yes, we're all good. Don't have to do anything. Don't do anything.
Okay, love you, Fen.
Love you.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot.
Report, but this is not the first time this happens. Apparently,
Not that the guy saw me. He was fine. He's just a little thirsty. Assuming that his age is what he said it was, you know. You can never tell when online interactions, and that's the first thing that kind of made me nervous. Is like he says he's 25. Is he? You know.
Multiple times, over and over and over again. So once again, you can tell the.
Oh, that's my cutoff point too, right now. If I was to hook up with someone, if I was just like back in the dating world, 25, well, 26 now. And then when I hit my birthday this year, the cutoff point would be 27. Figure a 10-year difference is already cutting it bad. I wouldn't mind anyone. I wouldn't mind someone 10 years older than me either. To be clear. Yeah, as long as we get along and have a lot of things in common, and have a maturity level. Yeah, that's the main thing for me, is a maturity level. Someone who's like just barely an adult, who's 20, 21, 22, 19, 18. It's just there's certain demeanors and energy levels and everything, all these other things that are just gonna be like a no thank you.
Bro is young. Like, holy shit, Cyrus out here going full EDP, going full mini labs. And now this conversation is between Cyrus and the friend. The friend says, I dedicated my life to you even when I knew you fucking used me, and then you lie about me just like how you lie about all those girls. You're a fucking scum. You always apologize and swear you'll change, but you never even try. God, I don't even know what to say, man. I fucked up so bad so many times. You're right. There's nothing you can say to ever make this right. A child, a child, a child, a fucking child. These aren't even allegations at this point. This is like factual, and it doesn't help that Cyrus deleted all of his fucking videos. They're all gone. They're all privated, and he made this
Oh man.
video and took it down a few minutes later. I'm gonna.
That's how you know there probably is something to. Well, I wouldn't say you know, but doing that, all that does is give people the idea that yeah, you probably are guilty of the things that you're being accused of if you just erase yourself.
I'm gonna start this by being as blunt as I can. I've been fucking up for a really long time, and I've been hurting a lot of people, especially a lot of women on the internet.
You might say, I was in a dark place. I was in a dark place, you guys. Yeah, my friends all had their first time when they were 14, 15 years old. A lot of girls I talked to had their first interactions when they were younger than that, like middle school. If you get some in elementary school, but that's more like just like plain doctor and shit. One girl I knew, she was 5, and another girl would tie her up and play with her, quote unquote. And that was like a off again, on again, off again incident that would occur. You know, it wasn't obviously consensual in that sense. Yeah, and my assault at in the 2nd grade with another boy my age. That doesn't count though. My first actual sexual like intercourse was when I was 19. But yeah, all my friends though, all my friends got laid when they were 14, 13, 15.
And I just can't keep going on receiving all this positive support and pretending like everything is fine, daily uploading like I'm not fucking up every day. I just want to be completely honest with you guys, as I've been being honest with all of the girls that I have basically led on and hurt for so long. I've grown up on the internet for just about my entire life, and every single phase I've gone through, every single negative part of me that I've gone through, other people have had to experience on here. And it's a lot easier to mask in a 10-minute video than it is with people that I talk to every single day of my life. So a lot of you have absolutely no clue on what I'm about to say, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, man. For the last, I'm not even sure how many years that I've been on the internet, since I was probably around 15, 14, I've been lying to a lot of females and flirting with a lot of females, and I didn't ever understand the weight of it as it was through the internet.
And apparently Cyrus had real-life girlfriends, but he would still talk to girls on Snapchat and Instagram. And he was a huge fan of e-dating, even when he had a girlfriend. And it just confirms to me that Cyrus is legitimately a fucking loser. Knowing this, and knowing
Yep,
that
enjoying my
is a
meal.
predator, and knowing that he's hurt women and
Stroganoff.
used them multiple times. Cyrus is a chronically online fucking loser who does nothing but eat, date, and hang out on Discord and talk to girls on Discord and talk to minors. Cyrus is
And making daily uploads of his videos. I don't know what the fuck he did. What do you do? Just commentate? Internet video. Oh. I guess you can't look at his YouTube channel anymore, right? Did he delete everything? Damn. Well, that's how we got the Wayback Machine. Wayback Machine. Enter URL. Let's see. When are there some snapshots? Probably not that last one, but let's see. That's last snapshot was 26th of January. I'm guessing that's when it happened. Let's go 24th. Oh, I'm doing good. We're just sharing stories of our I was YouTube sensibilities, our sexual encounters and as a teenager. Alright, let's go over this video a little more while it loads.
I don't feel bad for him. I think he's a fucking weirdo. It's
Alright,
the same way I don't feel bad for AP. Wow, I'm really gonna feel bad for a predator. Oh my god. Like, no, fuck him.
Let's try December.
I'm just gonna say Cherry, I guess. I've never really called her that, but Cherry stuff.
Here's the leak call I was shown of Cyrus confessing to talking to someone too young. Allegedly, he sexted with a 12-year-old girl when he was 16. But you know, he was being a player when he was a teenager. Sounds like.
Remember the day it happened, and I'm just gonna tell it exactly.
But then, you know, when he's like 18, 19, he's still texting 12-year-old girls. No. No content, huh?
Details out when I was telling Ryan earlier.
Let's try.
I don't know. I thought that it would come out like I was like, what's the word? Not justifying, that's not right. it sounded like I was giving it a reason for why it happened the first time in my head, so I didn't tell him exactly.
Let's see. Let's go back.
I was drunk one night.
Oh, there it goes. There's the excuse.
When I was living with my friends.
I was drunk.
I was probably,
Dark place.
I don't really know. Maybe 17 at the time. I'm really bad with.
Yeah, don't worry. This ain't the focus of my channel. This is just YouTube drama. Dalen here linked it to me. So, you know, if you have any videos or suggestions, just go right ahead.
Time. I'm just going to say.
Oh my god. Okay, give me the link again.
Whenever I was talking to her,
Give me that link.
there had been this thing going on for a really long time where she'd like message me like really horny stuff, right? And I would do the thing on Snapchat where you slide slowly so like you can see the message without it like opening and stuff. And I remember in the beginning I was a little uncomfortable. I was more grounded.
Okay, how about... How old is this video? 4 days ago.
Told her not to do that one time or
Let's try
something.
November.
But this particular day, I don't know. I had seen it for like the billionth time, and then I acted on it, and I can't ever undo that. Man.
Oh shit!
But guys, it's okay. He was drunk. It's
Success.
completely fine. I mean, you could just be drunk. I mean, it happens to all of us, right? We all get drunk, and then we start talking to minors. I mean, that's just what happened to EDP and Minilad, right? And if you say, well, these are just allegations, sensitive. If he was innocent, why would he delete every single social media? Stop talking to his good friend Optimus. If he was truly innocent, why would he do that? Unless he's so fucking retarded, he has no idea what to do. He looks guilty. He looks horrible, and he deserves nothing but the worst. Seriously, fuck you.
Yeah, man. He is done. Yeah, it's one thing when you're 16, 15. I would say at 17, 18, you gotta start focusing on people around that, you know. You gotta start doing the cutoff, you know. 18, 16, 19, 16, 20, 17. Murders 29 chillers. Sorry, I was drunk. Woo. Yes. I was in a dark place, everybody. I murdered those children. I was in a dark place. I'm sorry. I know we can move past this. Now like and subscribe and get ready for my playthrough of Chrono Trigger coming out next week. And then the following week, we're gonna go look at some DeviantArt cringe. I know we can get past all the children that I murdered. Thank you. See, is this video gonna work? What kind of content was this guy spewing out? Aw, attempts to archive the video failed. I've managed to get a bunch of videos from like people who've deleted their channels on Wayback Machine, so it's definitely a nice, amazing program. Let's just go back to October 1st. Skip another month, 30 days. They would have died anyways in 60 years. Yeah, you know, the medical system, way it is, you wouldn't be able to afford that medical bill, so it's better that they just die. Alright, abusive super nanny family, 5 months ago. 5 months from October, at least. Let's see, I'll load. I just want to see what this guy was like. If there's, oh, there's usually like a mirror of their stuff, too. Cyrus mirror content. Aw, video. I'm just gonna get Miley Cyrus. So my guess is he was trying to be like Leafy, just commentating on things that were considered cringe. I'm marrying my mother. I'm addicted to drinking pee. So he would go after a bunch of low-hanging fruit. I see. Okay. Why I hate Dream. See if any of these videos work. Ah, success. Oh, it does not have this video archived. It just got the thumbnail. I'm gonna keep clicking and see which ones go through. Yeah, if you're a public figure and you're just like fucking over people like that, that's one of the benefits of the surveillance state that we live in. The surveillance state is that you only can be an asshole for so long, and eventually you get exposed. Now if you're in a position of power, like I don't know, you're a judge or something, you can probably get away with it. What are you doing, Tucker? Something there? Oh wait, I need to feed you. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna call it. Now for sure we're gonna call it, because I gotta get ready for work here in about a half hour. Feed doggo. Tucker, come here. Say hi. Come on. Come on. Yeah. My baby boy. And he's in down. Come on. You were sitting on my lap earlier. There we go. Yeah. There you go. Alright. You can leave. Good boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, good night. Alright, let's get you fed.